Hi everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. This week's video is dedicated Refuah Shlema for Yisrael Amichai ben Sarah and for Sarah Rivka Bas Leah. May both have a Refuah Shlema, complete recovery quickly. In this week's Parsha, Parshas Mishpatim, we read about the Jewish people's outcry, their great allegiance to Hashem by them saying, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will hear. And of course, off the cuff, it seems to be a little funny expression. It should have been reversed. We will hear, and then we will do. And this has certainly been a source of ridicule. The Talmud recalls a story that one of the Sadducees actually poked fun at the Jewish people for doing that we put our mouths before our ears. And Rava actually responded to him that for Jewish people, it is quite obvious that whatever Hashem has in store for us is only for our best. And so therefore, we are so attached to Hashem that it doesn't matter what He requires of us or what He requests for us. We know it'll be for our best. Rabbeinu Nissim Gaon, during the Gaonic times, he explains that what was incredible about this expression of Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will listen, is that the Jewish people up to that point had been a very well-trained people, well-trained, well-thought-out people. And they were very calculated with everything they had done, whether God would find pleasure in it or God would not find pleasure in it. And every single action that they took, they carefully weighed. Is this something that would find favor in God's eyes or not? And they molded their minds in a way in which they themselves believed at that time already that they were God-fearing people. And they understood more than basics of right and wrong, but they believed that they had worked on it a lot and they were God-fearing people. For them to then go ahead with a declaration of Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will hear, they're basically saying we are willing to break down everything that we thought was within the parameters of right and wrong, and we are willing to listen to Hashem, which is an incredible feat of being able to overcome psychologically what a person believed is right or wrong. And that shows an incredible allegiance to Hashem, an incredible oneness with Hashem, an incredible connection that we want to build with Hashem, that we're sacrificing anything that our minds might think is right and wrong, and we're leaving it up to Hashem. And that Na'aseh v'nishma pledge also means that God would never test us with something that we couldn't pass. If God is testing you, we can pass it. And when we do try to pass it, we're saying Na'aseh v'nishma. And God would never give us a commandment that would not ultimately be for our benefit. And if it seems like a hard mitzvah to do, just know Na'aseh v'nishma. We nevertheless pledge allegiance. And while we have reached the level of breaking our own understanding for Hashem's understanding, the ultimate level is that when we do something which does seem to be logical, for example, there's the commentaries explain that most of the Ten Commandments are commandments that we generally could have come to on our own. We don't need that Hashem should tell us these, but rather the idea is that we're not doing it because we understand it, but rather we're doing it simply for the sake that God told us to do it. And that's an even higher allegiance. It's higher when it doesn't make sense to us and God tells us to do it. Okay, that's one level. But to be able to tap into thinking something that makes sense to you, that you're only doing it for Hashem, that's another level as well. And so therefore, whenever we say Na'aseh v'nishma, there's a great outcry and it's a great connection that we're making with Hashem. And if we keep this in mind, every mitzvah that we do, we'll find will be not only easy, but will certainly pleasurable, and know with the knowledge that we are making our connection with Hashem even more real. Have a good Shabbos. Thank you for listening.